Greetings and peaceful thoughts to all of you. I am Barbara, and this is Devotion Agnes, the Sacred Lotus Reveal event doll from way back in the fall of 2018 when we were all introduced to the Fashion Royalty Sacred Lotus line. Just a quick reminder, Sacred Lotus is the movie that relaunches Aisha's career. And all of her Fashion Royalty friends and frenemies go to the premiere. I did review Natalia from that line. I previously reviewed Isha from that line. And now here is the doll that I've just only really recently realized only ever really comes from the W Club, and that is Agnes. And she is here in her lovely... Sorry, got that, guys. In her lovely attire, a modern take on the sari, a nod, some would say generously, I think others would say not inappropriately, a little too far in the way of cultural appropriation to the look. I'm not going to get into that. I think I've said enough about how I feel about the Sacred Lotus line, and no, it was not one of my favorites overall. No, this isn't my favorite Agnes ever, either, though she is extraordinary, and I will talk a lot more about that in a few minutes. But I did want to acknowledge that it's not inappropriate to have a conversation about people wearing saris who perhaps don't really understand the historical, the religious, the cultural symbolism behind it. All of that being said, let's look at the look as it is. It begins at the top. She is wearing a jeweled headpiece, as you can see here. It is a black onyx with gold trim around it. It is connected to her right earring and goes around in the back, like so. You will probably also notice at this point that she's wearing a ponytail with much product in it because part of the hair is tied around the ponytail itself in the back. So if you're going to undo this hair, you're going to need to spend a lot of time washing it out. Her eyes are at the very top, a very, very light gray to a much darker gray on the bottom lid, to obviously black lashes and black under eye with a little bit of gray shadowing even underneath that. Her eyes are blue, and as always, the top lashes are real. We have seen this pattern of earring before. It's not completely new to Integrity, but it's not something they do very often. Black and gold again. That's going to be the repetition of the jewelry. It's all going to be black and gold. By the way, she does have a hint of blush on her cheek, but the big pop in color, and it's the only time we will see this color, is the semi-gloss purple lip, which repeats nowhere else. Usually they will do the nails in the color of the lip, but the nails this time match the artwork on her arms. It is a black nail. Okay. There is, I'll just show it to you on this arm. You have a larger bangle of black and gold and a smaller bangle of black and gold. You also have on her hand a very nice black and gold signet ring. I happen to like it because it reminds me of jewelry that my grandmother had. Not to say that this is old jewelry, I'm just saying it reminds me of it. Printed on the arm, not removable, is a henna design on both her right arm and on her left. So this is a doll that you would have some trouble reselling, only in the sense that you could not put this doll in other clothes. You would have to put her in a full-length sleeve to hide the henna. The dress is satin, and as I did say, it is a sari look. S-A-R-I, not S-O-R-R-Y. The sari comes down like so, and it will hook in two places. It hooks most notably at the hip here where my hand is and comes off. And then there is a hook, not as obvious, but it's over here. There is a hook over here to get this off. Or maybe, yeah, there we go. There is a hook over here to get this off, which I cannot do right now, so I'm not going to do it because I don't want to force it and possibly, as I'm usually known to do, rip the dress. We'll talk about the shoes in a second. But as you can see, it is otherwise a very nicely made strapless gown. Nice seaming through the torso and the hip. And as I will lift this up to show you the shoe, it is, of course, as always, the Integrity trademark. They do line everything. The shoe is a stiletto heel. Very high, very pointy, sandal cut. And again, the toes are dark colored, and I think, no, I was going to say I thought there might be some painting. There is painting on the, am I not? Let me see. I was going to say there's painting on the foot, but there isn't. I thought there was. It's just the ribbon around the shoe. But as you can see, her pedicure is also black. The main part of this look is, again, the sari. And the fact that it is meant to give it a dramatic shawl look to it. By the way, there is some trim on this sari. Over here where you see my finger is, it's almost like a pocket, and I couldn't figure out why it was there. You also have this very nice, almost like a tuxedo collar trim on one edge. The only other accessory that will come with her, obviously besides all the jewelry, which we've been talking about all along, is also this very nice purse. I can turn the jewelry around. Almost like it sort of mimics and sort of doesn't mimic the earrings. You have the, obviously it's black and gold again. and the clutch does open. If she came with extra hands, which she does, which I will now take out for you, you could, if there were real gloves, you could put them in here, but she does not have real gloves. What she has, which I will retrieve for you, I put them away so well I couldn't find them. What she does have, again, are the gauntlet gloves. They came up with this idea, and baby, they're sticking to it. What are the gauntlet gloves? I'll show you. They are the extra pair of hands, which you traditionally usually get with these dolls. And instead of them being painted one way, they're painted extra glossy and with very subtle detailing around the thumb to look like gloves. So this is almost like, I don't want to say it's almost like a liquid latex, but that's the idea, is that it's like a liquid latex. So it looks like she's got gloves. And of course you have these very long leather pieces that would go on and look like she's wearing opera gloves or gauntlet gloves. I'm not going to put them on her because I like the art, and the art would obviously be lost if you put these on. So I'm not going to put them on her. I'm just going to let you know that they're there. And obviously you can never go wrong if you have, obviously, like we all do, we all have other pieces. We have winter coats for our dolls, or, you know, trench coats. And these would not be a bad idea to have and to use on other dolls if you wanted to do like a fall or winter look with these gloves. Now, that is Agnes, and that is the Sacred Lotus line. That is the Fashion Royalty line as we know it right now. What's coming next from Fashion Royalty? Well, as of this recording, we finally saw the Monarchs. The Monarchs are absolutely in no way so far connected to Sacred Lotus, so I guess everybody's moved on from the film, and Aisha has had a wonderful premiere. The Monarchs, as soon as I get them, I will of course review them. They're good-looking men. Some of them are new. Some of them are borrowed from New Face. Some of them are old friends like Roman and Lucas. And some of them are completely new characters. So we're going to see how they all fit in. I don't think we're going to get any more reveals for a while. Everybody, of course, has to recover from making their down payments on the Monarchs. Agnes and Split Decision Poppy, who I've just reviewed, came out together. There may be some more dolls coming soon, so I think they're sort of pacing out when the next reveal would be. Watch this. Next week, the first week of April, we'll probably get, well, April 2019, we might get a reveal. Or maybe we won't. It's not like I don't have other stuff to talk about. But I think this is it for Fashion Royalty for a while. And it's always nice to end with the majestic and ever so queen and ever so bitch Agnes. So for Her Majesty and for me, Barbara, I will see you next time, where we're going to be keeping with the royals. The real Fashion Royalty. Intrigued? Stay tuned. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.